In this lecture, we shall learn some of the ways to improve this program to find the area of a circle. Before we do that, first of all, let's see what is the problem with this program. Now, in this program, if we try to compile it first, gcc area.c, and then execute it by writing /a.exe, we get the area as 153.86, wherein the radius is 7. Now, what if I want radius to be 6? I just have one option left here. I need to actually change this value 7. Manually, I need to change the 7 to 6 to make the radius as 6. And then I need to compile it again, because if I just run it as it is without compiling, it still gives me the answer 153.86. That is, it is still having the old radius, that is 7. So first of all, I need to recompile this code. So I write gcc area.c and then /a.exe to get the new output, that is 113.04. So this is how you actually have to calculate the area of different circles. But this is not the best way, isn't it? We can actually improvise this by actually taking the radius as an input from the user. Now, who is the user here? User is the programmer who is actually trying to run this program. Okay, so I as a user, if I can provide the input to this particular program, that would be best, right? So let's learn how we can actually provide or take the input to any program for that matter. Okay, so as we have already discussed before, to actually take the input and output, we have already included the header file stdio.h. Now this stdio.h header file is included at line number 7. Now in this header file stdio.h, there is one particular function for actually performing the input operation, that is called as scanf function. So using this scanf function, we can actually take input to this radius variable r. Alright, so let's see how we can actually write down this particular scanf in this particular code. Okay, so in the input section, we just instead of this r equals to 6, we would not like to assign the value of r manually, but instead we'll be taking the input using a scanf. So we'll take input using scanf. Okay, take input from whom? Input from the user using scanf. So we did not include it one more time because already this stdio.h file is already included in our program. So I just write scanf as is the name of the function, and scanf actually takes two things. Okay, so first I write double quotes here, and inside double quotes I need to write something, and then I give comma, and then I write something here, and then I'll have a semicolon here. So the syntax here is simple. Scanf, it will take two parameters, one within double quotes, then comma, then I'll give something here and then close it like this. So this is the first parameter here, and this is the second parameter. We'll see what is that. Now first of all, let's see, I'd like to take the input to the variable radius. Okay, so what is the type of radius? What is the format specifier for a radius? Now radius is r, right, which is a floating point value, and we have already discussed in our previous lecture that for a floating point value, %f is the format specifier. So we need to specify the format specifier of the variable in which we are going to store the value of the radius. Okay, so this is %f because radius is of type what? It is of type float. So after the comma, I need to specify the location where I am going to store the value of the radius. I need to place the value of the radius in this particular box r. Alright, so if I have to place something here, I need to know the location of r. Where does this r locate? So in that case, I need to know the real address of r. So whenever I say location, location is as good as address. Okay, what is the address of r? Where is it located? So in the second parameter in scanf, I need to provide the address of r. So now to get the address of r, there is one way you can actually get the address of r. So I have to write %r. Okay, so r ampersand, this ampersand will help me to get the address of r. So whenever I write %r, I mean this is the address of r, and whenever I simply write r, this means this is the value of r, because this variable r is stored somewhere in the memory location, like in the RAM, right? In the RAM, somewhere in the RAM, this variable r is located. This is, let's say this is the variable r. So this is going to have an address. This variable is going to have an address, right? So to get the address of a variable, I have to use ampersand operator. This is AND or ampersand. If I write ampersand R, this will mean the location or the address of R. Okay, so what I'm telling here is, I'm telling that please get the input from the user, from the keyboard, obviously, because that is the standard input device. The standard input device is keyboard and the standard output device is the monitor or the screen. Okay, so from the standard input device, take one input that would be a floating point number, so that is %f, and after you get that input, place that input in the variable R. So therefore, whenever you are scanning, you have to write ampersand R. Now let's save this. Now we can actually compile this program gcc area.c/a.exe. Now if you observe here, I hit enter. Now the cursor is waiting for me, right? This program is waiting for me to provide the input. Therefore, I am not getting any output. It is waiting here at line number 13. It is waiting for me to provide the input. So let's say now I provide the input as 7. I want to make the radius as 7. And if I enter, now you see the area is 153.86. Okay, let me clear this. Now I'm not compiling it. I'm not changing anywhere in the program. Let me try to run this one more time by just writing /a.exe. And now it is waiting for me to give the input. Now I give 6. And now the answer of the area is 113.04. Now it works magically, right? Now what I want is, I want to make this little bit better, because it is keep on waiting here, so I don't want to keep this waiting. Okay, so if I write Ctrl+C, I can get rid of, I can exit this waiting here. Okay, now I clear this. What I want is, before I scan, I want to give a message to the user to actually enter the number. Okay, so I'll just write printf please enter your radius. Okay, so I'm giving a new line also. So what I'm doing is, I'm asking the user to enter the radius. Okay, now let me compile it. Area.c a.exe, and it is now entering. It is giving me a message, right? It's a prompt, but it is asking me to enter the radius. Now I can enter radius is 19, let's say, and now the area is 1133 point something 54. Okay, so this is how you actually provide the input, and this is how you get the output. Now I can improvise my output also, right? I'm just writing the area is this much. I want to write area of circle with radius whatever is this one. So I want to modify the output also. So I'd like to write area of circle with radius. Radius can be what? %f, obviously. Instead of this, the radius should come, and instead of this, the area should come. Okay, so after comma, I need to provide two values. This is inside double quotes, the message is inside double quotes, and I give comma, and now I need to give two variables here, right? So the first variable, this %f, what this %f is, this %f is nothing but the radius, which is r. Okay, and what is this second %f? It is the variable area. Remember, this r and this area should be same as one that we have declared. If I write, let's say if I write capital area, okay, let's see what happens. Ctrl+S, save. Let's say compile it, gcc area.c, and now the compilation, there is an error. Now see, this is the error message. It's very important for us to read the error message and understand. It is saying that capital area, capital A-R-E-A is not declared. It is undeclared, right? So it is showing me there's a problem here. It could not identify what is an area. Okay, so it is case sensitive. All whatever variable names you are writing, it is all case sensitive, so you have to be careful with that. Okay, so this has to be exactly the same as when you have declared it here in line number 11. Okay, now let's save this, and now let's compile it again, gcc area.c and then /a.exe, and now you'll get the prompt, please enter your radius. Let me give the radius as 8, and now it is saying the area of circle with radius 8 is 200.96. Now this is a little bit better program which actually takes the input from the user, that is the prompt, and provides the output to the user in a better and a formatted manner. Okay, so that's all in this lecture. Thank you.